Welcome to the show.
You know, it's funny you talk about One Nation because this week, something like, it's quite funny, but this is actually quite serious at the same time, in that it involves serious things. It's just kind of funny that this happened to this guy, but he is also a real person, so it does suck because he has a family and everything. Let's keep that in mind, guys. Let's keep that in mind.
Stuff this guy.
So, Mark Ellis. Have you heard of this guy? Have you heard about this guy?
Not before.
That's my Leno.
Mark the kidnapper?
Yeah, sort of. So, he ran for the office of Queensland seat of McAllister, which I guess McAllister is a city or something.
Yeah, it's like a town.
Yeah.
In Queensland?
In Queensland.
Makes sense.
Seat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does seat mean, Jono?
Well, like our seat here is Mitchell. It's
Right.
just the name they give to different electorates, which are represented in Parliament. It doesn't necessarily mean, it's not a name that you necessarily use any other time, but some of them will be, like City of Sydney, stuff like that.
Hectic.
Yeah.
So he's running for that. And in any of the media you see about this guy, the first question they ask is about something called the Pinkenbar 6.
Yeah, that was in the interview. It's like right after he's talking about, so what do you like? Oh, they're making jokes about the name of the place and something, and like the first question is like, so you were part of this thing?
Yeah. And there's a famous Twitter conversation going around. I'm not sure if it's real, but even if it isn't, it's super funny. It's he's like, "Hey, I'm running for office," and the reply is, "Why is everyone talking to you about kidnapping?" and then he's like, "Oh, that was a long time ago. It was 30 years," which it wasn't. He keeps saying 30 years in all the statements, but it was 94. 94, yeah, which is not 30 years, right?
20 years.
Yeah.
23.
And then, like, he's like, "I'd rather talk about my policies." And then the next one is, "What are your policies on kidnapping?" so that's funny. I realize I didn't explain it, is because why it's also not funny when you actually break it down to the facts. But so he was part of the Pinkenbar 6, which is these 6 policemen who were accused of taking 3 Aboriginal.
They admitted to doing it. You
I'm
don't have to
getting
say
there.
accused.
Wait, so he was a cop?
Yeah.
6
But-
cops.
I'll tell the whole story. don't worry.
Okay, great.
So they took 3 Aboriginal children.
Yep.
And took them 14 kilometers away from their like hometown, I think, or home city, and took their shoes, asked to take their clothes, but they refused, and then just left them out in the wilderness to get back home.
What?
Weird, right?
That's just
What?
weird, even in a concept.
You can't
That's
walk
not even-
14 kilometers. I mean, I guess you could, but
In bare feet.
No
that's
shoes.
far.
And not
they
knowing
were
where
children.
home
Yeah.
is, though.
Oh,
they
were they,
are
like 10?
12, 13, and 14.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's terrible. Why?
So
Did they ever say?
I don't actually know
They never
why,
said why.
but they all confessed to it, or at least some of them did. So
They admitted to doing it.
But
they
they
said
didn't give
that
any
they
reason?
came- they said they agreed to come with them. Even so, why are you taking kids out?
That's what.
So the charges were dropped. They
Yeah.
didn't actually get properly prosecuted for
Yeah.
it. The reasoning was they were going to get internally reprimanded, like from the police force.
Yeah.
But like, who knows if that actually happened?
What's that? One email?
Yeah, they got suspended.
94? Probably not.
Give me a bag.
One letter?
One stern talking to.
Yeah.
Don't get caught taking Aboriginal kids.
To the
But
Keep
Supposed
doing
to
it,
keep it under the radar.
but don't get caught.
the crazy thing about the judge, though, is his reasoning was they agreed to get into the car,
yeah
which is like,
the kids.
The charge was deprivation of liberty or something like that.
yeah.
It's like, which doesn't work if you agree to get into the car.
Yeah.
And then they let them go. So it was like,
But does that
It wasn't
surely
technically
that doesn't apply to like people that are underage?
Yeah, it's like saying it's not rape
Apparently
because she
you're
wanted
allowed
it. Like,
Yeah.
apparently
just
you're
doesn't
allowed to
work.
move people around.
Well, it's like
if a police person tells you to get in the car, you're going to get in the damn car.
I guess it's
especially
different
if
because he's
Yeah.
a policeman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to respect police, which you should. That's why this is such like an affront. That's so annoying.
F the police.
But it still doesn't make in WA. It doesn't make sense why they even took them out to the middle of nowhere and dropped them off. Like, what did they say about that?
It was
Did they
actually really hard to
explain
find
that?
the facts on this because it's from 94.
It's like,
I found an article in 96, which was like, I was surprised. I was like, what? People had a blog back then. It was the leftist green something or something.
Sounds legit.
Sounds like the opposite of
sounds like a trusty source.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think about this? So, actually, I didn't. So, update on the story. Did I say everything about the Pink and Bar 6? I think I did.
I think so.
Yeah, I think you've covered the bare facts of it.
Yeah. So, he's already stopped running because so many people were just like abusing him online, and I think in real life as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was about 2 days. Like, it wasn't very long, and his reasoning was, like, my family's starting to become victims of this, so it's not. I don't. The quote is, "I really don't need the job that bad."
Oh my god.
Fair enough.
That puts a lot of weight on what he
He
wants to
said
do.
the lefty haters were going after his family and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
which surface level like stuff this guy, but if you actually watch all the interviews and stuff, like it is terrible what he did, but he did confess to it, and he did, and in the interviews he's like, I did do it. Like he doesn't deny it. He's like, I'm 100% guilty of it, and I'm trying to move past it, but people just keep attacking him. So what do you guys think?
How old is this guy?
I don't know.
I think he's in his 40s
I think
now?
he was pretty young when he did it.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like,
he was probably in his 40s now. He's probably in his 20s.
Yeah.
when he did
yeah,
it.
so like you do some dumb stuff when you're in your 20s. Like, I'm very split opinionated about this, but like the bloke did something stupid 20 years ago.
And he's really stupid though.
Yeah, but I mean, he didn't kill
Like,
anyone.
No, but it's so stupid that all of us would probably think you should have gotten convicted of something.
You should have got a bigger...
You even thought
Yeah.
you should get convicted for some kind of crime.
The
then.
punishment should have been
Maybe.
greater.
I mean, okay, let me change the story then. Imagine.
Alternate facts time.
Let me,
Classic HN
let me
pivot.
give you some alternate facts. Okay, let's imagine 20 years ago he was caught abusing cocaine, and he was sentenced to 1 year good behavior bond. Like, yes, if you become a politician, everyone's going to dig up all your skeletons, right?
Yeah.
They're going to dig up every fact about you from the past. But if you look at that, you're just going to go, okay, that was a dumb thing, but let's be real, everyone does it.
I think
Everyone does not
there's
do
definitely
cocaine.
there's definitely a line with kid stuff though.
Yeah. Cocaine doesn't have feelings. All right?
I sure
You
sure
can't
does.
take cocaine's
Sure gives you a
shoes and
feeling.
make it walk
Like there's
14
it's a different
kilometers.
level when it's something like
Yeah, a human.
rape, abduction, or murder. Like
If
that.
you're cruel to other
yeah.
people, that says more about you than if you abuse drugs.
Okay, what if he just
This is
punched
abusing
someone?
That
yourself.
says something about your character, though, right? To do something to a child.
But 20 years ago, man, like
No,
it's a
but what
long
does it say
time.
about a person compared to like them doing cocaine? You're not looking into what it says about someone's
And
character
think-
to do that.
Yeah, but
so he's getting a position of power.
Because this is like a guy running for office.
yeah, but we can't expect every
Small office.
person.
Do you think that guy's going to go in the office? Can you trust that guy would actually care about Indigenous people?
Yeah,
I mean, he could have changed.
Why?
because look, I don't think it's okay for us to.
He's running for
expect-
One Nation.
Yeah, well, that's the whole
whose
different
leader,
story.
whose
there's
leader
actually
It's
more
boring.
facts.
actually
haven't
started
gotten
off
to
by
yet.
attacking Indigenous
I
people.
guess
That was how Pauline Hanson got like.
I'm
her
trying
big break.
to isolate the issue itself. I guess I know he's running.
Let me
with
change the
Pauline.
question.
Takes the context
Yeah.
out of the story.
Would you want him in charge of your well-being as a citizen?
It's hard to say, isn't it?
It is
You're-
hard to
People should
say.
get
Okay,
second
you're-
chances.
It is hard to say.
Like, it's kind of like spent crimes. Like, if someone robbed something, did a robbery 20 years ago, are we
Yeah.
going to say he can't work in my store
Well,
now?
exactly. Like,
because he
the
robbed
only person you
20
do want in
know what I mean?
charge of your well-being is like a
Not the
god.
same.
Again, I
No,
think
but
I
it's
go
not
back to the
different
line thing
technologies.
of like when it comes to like abducting kids.
But
they
This
say-
guy will be in charge of making policy that affects Indigenous people.
But so we're saying
Right.
that people can't change?
Not if they're running for the party that's headed by the person who started off by attacking Indigenous people.
Maybe
But that wasn't the
because
question,
There's
was it?
context.
got-
There's
no.
context to it.
what I'm about to say is going to change your mind.
Okay.
I think towards what Jono's saying.
I have
Alright.
one more thing.
Are you steering us?
I
I'm
guess
answering the damn question.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I think if people are too afraid to have politicians who have made mistakes in the past, we fall in the risk of having a government full of people that have never made a mistake, or at least can hide it.
Yeah.
And like they're not real. And I think having people that have made lots of mistakes in the past but want to do good for the people, or I guess at least want to fight for what they believe in, whether you agree with his position or not, is not a bad thing. We shouldn't be looking for goody two-shoes to become politicians.
I like the idea of what you're saying. I just don't think it fits here.
Maybe it doesn't fit this guy specifically.
Give us the additional facts.
Tell me about this guy.
So also he was accused of some sort of sexual harassment.
Okay, stuff this guy.
I didn't write down the actual specifics.
All right, stuff this guy. Get out of here.
That's a big fact.
Yeah, get out of here.
When you were 20, would you have abducted someone?
Yeah.
Which is like when you say, oh, he was accused of it, it's like he was also accused of abduction, but he clearly did that. So that's a bit of a funny argument. And this is the icing on the cake, though. So this One Nation guy, right, who abducted not white kids, who is charged with sexual assault in some way.
Yep.
There's a photo floating around of him that's pretty damning. In that, okay, so let me paint the picture.
Okay,
he's on his lawn like a classic Australian guy,
in
right?
his house
with a beer.
Now, I don't think he actually has a beer. It would actually be better if he did. But he's on his lawn. He's got pretty good grass until you see what's engraved in the grass through a lawnmower. Or I guess it's a lawnmower. Maybe he did a whippersnipper. I don't know.
What is it?
Could have been him.
It's a giant swastika. And then he's standing there with his shirt off doing the Hitler salute.
All right, I can't help this guy. Stuff you. You're on your own.
That's an actual photo. That's
Surely it's
going
Photoshop.
around.
Surely it's Photoshop.
I thought it was funny because, like, the article I first read just mentioned it, didn't have a picture of it, but then I actually saw the picture.
It can't be real.
Pretty big.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
He spent all day mowing that lawn.
Yeah, and it was super like symmetrical. Like he
was
knew,
good.
He knew what he was
He's
doing.
done it before.
Like, say what you will about the guy knows how to mow a lawn.
That was probably the
Maybe that could be his
photo
job.
on his resume when he applied to Paulina. She was like, "This is the guy. This is my guy."
This is my cover letter.
If this doesn't work out for him, he's gonna mow.
Paulina's like, "You're hired."
Okay, so do you want that guy in office?
No. Okay,
No,
stuff him.
No.
Hopefully, I don't know. I feel like Queensland would have voted him in.
Yeah.
I feel like he would have done really well.
Free State would.
Queenslanders.
Huh?
What are you trying to say about Queenslanders?
Pretty racist.
Okay.
Everyone except New South Wales people are pretty racist, aren't they?
No, New South
Melbourne's
Wales
alright.
people are pretty racist too.
Victorians.
Different areas.
Yeah, I
to
guess
different
so.
This is
people.
big generalizations about.
But compared to like Queensland or
States.
Western Australia,
Yeah.
it's a bit more multicultural.
I think it just depends how far
I think it's
outside the
acceptance
city you
of other
get.
cultures.
Yeah. One Nation
That's-
definitely plays into like we don't like people who look different or are different to us. That cultural.
But the leader of One Nation is a Ranger.
That's
She looks different.
she looks the same as everyone. She's white.
I've never heard anyone make that argument. It's
I know,
interesting.
right? Like, you're a minority. You bloody Ranger.
Does it
She would love to make that argument. She would make that argument all day. I'm not against minorities.
She's like,
I'm
I am a minority.
So
I'm a fish shop worker who's
Speaking
got
of-
red hair.
speaking of minorities, actually we've been speaking a lot about minorities,
Yeah.
but